The scores are here at Scores are Central. I hate it already. I'm still going to use it. Last night, 27th, we went 35 wins, 32 losses. Very unimpressive, 52%. We did catch another six money lines, bringing us to 374 wins and 350 losses, 51.66%, and 52 money lines since December 28th, which is when we started this little bit of the contest. So, haven't done this in a while. I just re-racked the rankings. Uh, Starting to matter a little bit, but I'm still not too concerned about it. Got Baylor number one. This is all via the computer. The computer. These are the ratings of each team, and the lowest rating, of course, would be the number one team, and the highest rating would be number 358. Baylor number one, Houston two, Gonzaga number three, Arizona number four, and LSU tops out the top five. UCLA coming around, they're number six. USC, the computer still really likes USC at number seven. Villanova, eight. Kentucky at nine. Kansas at 10. Auburn, Purdue, Tennessee. Let's get down to number 20 here. Duke at 15. Illinois at number 16. That's certain to change, I think. Texas Tech at 17. That's also certain to change. UConn at 18. Xavier at 19. And number 20 is Michigan State. You can see there's other really high quality teams knocking on the door. Some teams are getting exposed. Alabama looking right at you. Iowa, I don't know. Iowa is like, gee Willie, gosh darn. We're at home and we got Purdue. We're going to hang with them. Then we're just going to let it slide 7 points in about 2 minutes. Gee shucks darn. Loyola Chicago, that's a monster. That's a monster. That they're always going to get to the tournament and go deep. Oklahoma, Iowa State, St. Mary's, Indiana, Washington State. I don't think that they belong anywhere near the top 20, 30 or so. Wisconsin, see, that's a team that's better than number 29. And San Diego State, that's a team that doesn't deserve number 30, in my opinion. But this is what the computer says, so we just go with it. And of course, everything is subject to change, which is why we're playing these ding-dong games. Okay, so let's go into today's affair. 128. You see, I haven't put any of these games in yet. We'll go up CBS Sports and get the pairings and the lines all in one shot. So that's why we like doing that. About 1:45 West Coast time. Gosh, I see we do have a game underway. It's Colgate and Boston U. I'm not going to look at anything. I just happen to think that Boston U is probably the better team, and it is in Boston. And line on this, I have to go to VegasInsider.com since it's already tipped. It tipped, but I still don't know where they're at in the game or how what the score is. I just glanced and saw that it was live. And Boston U. Colgate. Let's try Colgate. All right. What am I doing wrong here? I want college basketball Vegas odds. And why this page was at any other thing than that, I'm not sure. It just hadn't been updated. Okay, so, well, this is interesting. Colgate is laying 2.5 to Boston U, who is at home. So That's interesting. So Colgate's laying 2.5. Let's see if that stays that way. In other words, let's in this current format, my thinking alone, nothing to do with the computer, would have this being a money line opportunity. But let's go into the Patriot and let's figure the whole thing out. Let's get it set up here. Now, I think, without looking, I think Boston U should be favored over Colgate. Now, I might be proven wrong here, but let's go get Boston U's overall power rating. And we can look at Cornell on the way up here, or Colgate rather. 11.52 is Colgate's number. Boston U, 11.78. Okay. So Colgate should be the favorite because this is a lower number. So Colgate, and there's 17 games. So we're going to fix this. We are at Boston U. But Colgate's got the stronger number. So let's see what happens here. Back into the Patriot. Let's get Colgate's points for and points against. Oop, that's not the Patriot. That's the Patriot. 1240 and 1200. And now Boston U's numbers. Scrolly, 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 scrolly. All right, they played 21 games, 11.78. It'll populate. It's just Google Docs being just horrendous. I mean, I'm not paying for it, so who cares? But it is as slow can be. 1367. Oh, we're super slow today. And we'll look at the big red numbers here. It says Colgate 6968. So let's go back to the board here. And we will change this momentarily. 1 point game, 6968. Let's double check that. Yep, correct. Colgate. So we're going to put Colgate up here. Boston U down here. We'll move this 2.5 back down because Colgate's laying the 2.5. And we say it's going to be a 1 point victory by Colgate, which makes Boston U the dog and the play. See how easy that is? That's how we do it. And every day I have to do this, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Nothing changes. I don't even turn the damn computer off. But every day I've got to go change that. I don't know why. Okay, next up is Lehigh and Holy Cross. They're Worcester, Mass. I think that's Holy Cross's home court. Lehigh favored. And the line here is 4.5. So another game in the Patriot. Let's get it set up here. All right, back to the Patriot. Let's go grab Lehigh's numbers. $12.81. They played 20 games. 20 games, folks. Boy, this season's moving right along. I mean, with all the postponements and cancellations, it sure just seems like things are zipping along here. Lehigh scored 1351, allowed 1438. But have no fear. Not necessarily great numbers, but If you want bad numbers, stand by because I got Holy Cross coming right at you. Good football program. Basketball, not their strong suit. Scrolly, and I'll stop saying that. They play 16 games. And more bad numbers coming at you. They've scored 985 on the year and allowed 1181. You make your own assumptions there. Okay, computer says 71 to 58 Lehigh. The line is 4.5. We say that they'll beat that line. They'll win and cover. Lehigh will. So that's our play. Can't you just feel yourself getting rich right now? Making all these awesome plays. Harvard at home to Penn, laying 3.5. And let's go in the Ivy and check them out. Harvard. Harvard 11.98, Penn 12.0. So Harvard will be our favorite. 13 games they've played. $9.50 to $9.31. Penn. Hope you understand what I'm doing here. I'm just using this auto sum feature, grabbing the information I want and letting it remember it so I can do the games played. So 19 is our games played. And here I'm going to do it again, although only I'm going to click on points for so I don't have to remember it. And I only have to remember 14, 18. All right, computer says 74, 71 Harvard. So remember what that line was. The line was 3.5. We don't get there. It's only 3. So that makes I'm physically forced to take the dog here. And so we're going to take Penn at Harvard with only half a point. That's how we do it here. We defy as many odds as we possibly can to get our picks. I don't see that game going that way, but whatever. Stony Brook and New Hampshire, and this game is in Durham, New Hampshire. New Hampshire is the favored, and Stony Brook is the dog, and 1.5 is the line. And so let's go get it set up over here. UNA versus Stony Brook. Stony Brook, not Stony. All right. This game's in the American East. Let's go grab New Hampshire's info. It's only like 18 games tonight, folks, so we're just going to go through these all. There's New Hampshire, 12.25. They played 12 games. And auto summing which is going to grab the value I want and put it in the box I'm currently residing in, which is right here. And that's our points for American East, New Hampshire, points for 788. That's all I have for you, remember now. Stony Brook. Adorable, adorable little university somewhere in the American East Coast. Okay, they played 17 games. And 1228 and 1286. And computer says 7168 New Hampshire. 7168. So that's a 3-point victory. So New Hampshire will be okay. Done and done. This is the easy part. Hard part's converting these damn things. Canisius and Monmouth at West Long Branch, New Jersey. I think that's where Monmouth is. So we're going to go Monmouth, home team, Caps, favorite, Canisius, the dog. Sounds like a cartoon. 11.5 points. So that just really confirms Monmouth is at home here. So Monmouth and Canisius. Let's go grab Monmouth's numbers. They're in the MAAC. MAAC. I don't know what it stands for. Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. 11.01. They played 17 games. Points for Monmouth. 1195 with 1140 as for points allowed. Canisius. Up here in the MAC. They played 17 games. You can see why Vegas is getting this 11.5 just by looking at their numbers and comparing them. 1266. All right, 72.58 for 14 point. What'd I say? 72.58. 14 points. So we're going to say Monmouth is going to win and cover. And, I think Monmouth is in a situation where I think they better win and cover here, or at least win, because, that MAC is actually not bad. And it's going to come down between Monmouth and Iona. And they just played, and Iona won. So I think Monmouth's back a little bit to the wall because I don't know if you're going to get an at-large out of that conference, but we'll see. Okay, Air Force at home to Wyoming. Air Force getting 7.5. So that makes Wyoming. What the hell am I doing? Everyone understand this? Wyoming is away. Air Force is home, but they are the dog. And 7.5 is the line. And if you're a savvy gambler, man, you're about to be perking up right now. You got a home dog here. You got a home dog there. Home dogs are good plays. They're good plays. But Wyoming is a much better team than Air Force. Much better. Let's go in the Mountain West and let's prove that little tidbit of fact that I just laid on you. Fact or not fact, scores are Wyoming under 10. Fact. They played 17 games. Any team under 10 is a good team. That Mountain West is tough. Some good teams are not going to get invited to the tournament out of the Mountain West. It's just a really solid conference, top to bottom. And speaking of the bottom of the Mountain West, here it comes. Air Force. Well, San Jose State. Come on, baby. Let's just keep on moving. 12.35. They played 17 games. $1,041. You can see just much better numbers. Wyoming's just got much better numbers. So we're going to say 18. I know this is 19, but I got a lot of stuff hidden right here. I'm rounding up and down here. So we got an 18-point win for Wyoming, 68-50. And so we're gonna take Wyoming on the road as our play. And wish us good luck on that one. Akron and Toledo. Ooh, this will be good. It's at Toledo. So Toledo is a really good team. And the line here is 7.5. Yeah, I think Toledo's going to win and cover here, but let's do the work. Let's do the work, Toledo and Akron. There are teams you can just trust. I'm going to say like Dayton. You can trust Dayton. You can trust Rhode Island. You can trust Cincinnati. You can trust Cincinnati. Toledo is one of these teams that you absolutely can trust. Now, I just put the biggest whammy in the world on them. So let's see how this plays out. So Toledo, they played 19 games, 10.34. Points for Toledo, you will still prevail here. 13-21. You can just trust them. Akron, not a bad team, but they're playing the best team in the Mid-America, in my opinion. Akron played 15 games. They scored 999 and allowed 968. Okay, 14. Oh, too quick. 72-60, 12-point victory for Toledo. I like that play. I like it a lot. There we go for the win in the cover. And next is Fairfield and Ryder. Lawrenceville, New Jersey. I think that's where Ryder is located. Fairfield appears to be the favorite, which I would concur with. And 1.5 is the line. So Fairfield on the road, 1.5. Why did this turn black all of a sudden? I like them red. These little things, man. Little things about Google Docs that, yeah, just what I did was I check them all, make sure this is green, make sure that's blue, make sure that's red, and then I copy and I paste, and then I copy and I paste from there. Now, how did things go from red to black? Well, how? I mean, what happened? It's just so silly. This damn Google Docs just drives me nuts. Okay. Fairfield and Ryder. And we confirm home team here. So let's go back to the Mac. There's Fairfield, but let's see if they're home or away. They are at Ryder, just as we suspected. They played 18 games. Their points for are 1237 and 1213 allowed. And let's go to Ryder. They played 16 games. $11.48. Peter says 70-62 Fairfield on the road. 1.5 is the line, and Fairfield is our play. Everything just makes sense. Nothing ever falls apart at this part of the process. Okay, oh God, here comes the Horizon League, which really is really tough to call. The Horizon League is really tough. So we got Purdue Fort Wayne at Northern Kentucky laying 2.5. Man, this is so tough. PFW. It's this league is so hard to call. Okay, Northern Kentucky and PFW. Into the Horizon we go. Northern Kentucky. $12.5 and 16. I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to flip this. We're going to flip that. We're going to flip this. And again, remember, it is really tough to call these games, but I'm flipping this now. Purdue Fort Wayne has the better numbers. So 12.27, and they played 16 games. And this will be this will be a money line opportunity. 11:35 to 11:35. How interesting. Again, it's just so tough to call this league. Northern Kentucky. $12.55. There is a reason why I grabbed that particular one. We won't discuss it now, but in the future we will. It's a long subject that I get long-winded on. They played 16 games, 1,093. All right, computer says PFW wins 70-67. And while I have those numbers fresh in my mind, I want to put them in. Northern Kentucky is still at home. PFW is tough, man. This 2.5 goes up to here. And this is now, this is now a money line opportunity. And we shade these in green. And this looks ugly for just a moment. How ugly that is. It's Google Docs, plain Google Docs. PFWs are play, and we're going to make that yellow. Money line opportunity right there. Okay, next up is Manhattan and St. Peter's. Ooh, St. Peter's laying 5.5 to Manhattan. I'm a little bit surprised at that. So this is at Jersey City, New Jersey. So we know Manhattan is not in New Jersey. So that means St. Peter's is our home team. Let's see what's going on here. The line's 5.5. The hell? St. Peter's has been playing well. All right, let's go get St. Peter's. They're in the back. Yeah, they got good numbers, I suppose. 12-14, 13 games played. .837. They've allowed more than they've scored, though. But they had a tough non-conference schedule, which I wish they wouldn't play these non-conference games because everyone hides their talent. And maybe they are the better team here. So Manhattan is 12.5. They played 14 games. Yeah. I don't know if it's all of, we say 6.5. $1,039. They've allowed a lot more than they've scored. So maybe this is a good choice here. Computer does say, okay, 69-67. Computer says St. Peter's 5.5, which means Manhattan is our underdog on the road dog. Probably the worst bet you can make is what I just made. But there you go. That's that play. Next up is Niagara and Siena. And oh boy, this game is in Albany, New York. And all right, we're just going to have to pick one and go. Actually, what I'm going to do is go into the MAC. What did I say? Siena, Niagara, and Siena. Niagara at Siena is so Siena is our home team. And they're getting a half a point. So Niagara. And we're back to being black again. And I am just over the moon with Google Docs. Just love you so much, Google Docs. You're never a problem. You never cause any kind of problems that I can't fathom how on earth they existed in the first place. All right. So into the Mac we go. Niagara. .13, 16 games played. And 1,045, 1,074. And let's go do Sienna. Back to the Mac. We're going to grab that top line. It's what I call the true OPR. And we'll have a discussion about it one day. Right now, we're just getting through these picks. 905 to 989. Okay, computer says 68-61 Niagara. And again, we're playing the away team because playing against the Vegas line just isn't hard enough. We need to make it even harder by playing the road teams when college basketball is certainly all about the home teams. That's for sure. Buffalo at home to Ohio laying 2.5. 2.5. You little donkey. You know what? I can't do that. I'm just really, I don't understand. I just don't get it. What have I done to you, Google Docs? What have I ever done to you that you would do? You would be this mean to me? Buffalo and Ohio. Back to the Mid America Conference. And let's go Buffalo's info. They played 15 games. We're just taking Vegas's word for it right now. We haven't looked at Ohio's numbers. 11-24. So Ohio could have better numbers, and I'd have to flip this. So we just take Vegas's word for it, even though they're all about home team or visiting. It's all they care about. Ohio 10.8, better numbers. Doggone it. All right, so we're going to have to flip this. So we're going to take Buffalo, move it down here. 15, 11.17, 1169, 1124. And you'll see that these numbers will be the same because these numbers are the same. So let's go get Ohio's numbers. 10.8, they played 17 games. See, it's all about who's at home with Vegas. It's all that matters to Vegas. 1136. I shouldn't say it's all that matters, but they sure put a lot of weight on it. 74-70, and we have to change all of this around here as well. Ohio and Buffalo. Ohio's now getting the 2.5. Well, they always were. you, you donkey. I just want to strangle the Bulldogs. And what did we say it was? 74-70 Ohio. We're going to borrow this over here since this is another money line play, but instead of going through that whole setup, I'm just going to copy and do a modified paste over here. So that's another money line opportunity. So we've identified 2 tonight. Rhode Island, God, the 2 teams I said you can trust, Rhode Island and Dayton. And they're playing tonight. So Dayton is home to Rhode Island. And I didn't know they were playing tonight. 6.5. This is me not complaining. Dayton and Rhode Island. I feel in my heart that Dayton's got the better numbers. They're in the A10. Let's go check them out. Dayton's a great team. I've just been very impressed with Dayton all year. They're just got some fight in them. Rhode Island's 10.62. Dayton is 10.03. They played 20 games. It's a good team. Back to the A10. $13.75 versus $12.24. Rhode Island's got a good program. Very good program. $10.62. They played 17 games. $11.87 and $10.77. So they're both good teams. It'll be a good game. And computer says Dayton 66-62. So we don't cover here, which means Rhode Island is our play. And I am of 2 minds here. I like them both. I really like them both a lot. Dayton at home, and here we go chasing the away team. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're doing it all over the place here tonight. Not a recipe for success. I'll tell you that. Marist and Quinnipiac. This is a pick'em. It's at Hamden, Connecticut. So let's go into the MAC and find out which team plays at a Hamden, Connecticut. And we're talking about Marist and Quinnipiac. Okay, so Quinnipiac is the home team, 12.5. Marist has the better numbers, so of course we're going to go chase that. We're going to go chase the away team. So we're gonna set it up like this. And what's the line here? Oh, it's a pick'em. So winner is the winner. Let's go get Maris. Maris's info. 11.73, 18 games. $12.55 to $12.06. Quinnipiac. $12.5 and 15. $1,065 and $1,065. Okay. Here it says 5-point victory for Maris. Is that enough to overcome the road? We'll see. So 70-65 Marist. So since it's a pick-up, that's our play is Marist. And again, we're on the road, picking these road winners almost exclusively today. It's like Vegas is just sitting back laughing. Just sitting back laughing. Okay, you got 4 games left here. Cleveland State and Wright State. This game is in Dayton, Ohio, so not Cleveland. So Wright State is our home team. Cleveland State's a good team. I don't know that this is going to stay this way. Because let's see here. Yeah, Wright State's laying 1.5 points. I think we're going to flip this game. This might be another money line opportunity. Wright State. Let's see. Into the horizon. And let's go peek on Cleveland State first. 11.5. Now let's go take a look at Wright State. 12.25. We're going to flip this game. We're going to flip this game. And we're going to put Cleveland State here and Wright State here. And why are we doing this? Because we like to chase the road warrior. Today, at least, we like to do this. All right, back up to Cleveland State. They're just the better team. I mean, clearly they are the better team. So 14 games played. Back into the horizon. 1,015. See, scored 1,015, allowed 983. It's a good team. Wright State. Into the horizon. $12.25, 19 games played. $14.29 and $14.22. Peter says 74-68 Cleveland State. And now we're going to reverse these because we like to play the road warrior today. It's uncanny. It's happened a lot. We're going to move this 1.5 up here. The one good thing I do like about it is you give these good teams points, like Ohio. That's a good team, and they're getting points. All right, that's a good thing. Another money line opportunity. Next up, San Jose State and New Mexico State. This is at Albuquerque, uh, New Mexico. New Mexico. If I said New Mexico State, I meant to say New Mexico. Laying 9.5. And I think this is going to be a good, solid win for New Mexico. And I think they're going to cover. But that's just me. What does the computer think? Back into the Mountain West, we go. There's New Mexico. 1.22. They played 19 games. Points 1447 to 1500. San Jose State. There they are down there. They played 16 games. And points 4 is 1,042, and they've allowed 1,154. And they're on the road. Points, you bastard. 74-65. Oh, I love you, Vegas, because you like messing with my head. There's a half point, and we're chasing the doggone Road Warrior again. Damn it. Nothing I can do, man. I gotta do what the contest says. Contest says if it's 9.5 and it's a 9-point prediction, you got to take the dog. You got to take the dog. Okay, UNLV and Colorado State at Colorado State. So this will be an easy one here until we get screwed like we just did. Colorado State. Who did I say they're playing? Oh, UNLV. And this game is 14.5 points. Colorado State's a good team. Let's get it set up here. Into the Mountain West, Colorado State. You know who's been a surprise this year is Boise. Really been they've really had a nice year. 16 games played. They're right now their numbers are better than Colorado State's. And in a head-to-head, I believe Boise won. See if we can't spot that. Nope, I'm making crap up. That game has not happened yet. All right, 1,247 to 1,053. Good team. UNLV in the Mountain West. What's going on here? 10.81. What's going on here? Well, I'll be damned. UNLV is a little better team than I thought. 11:54. Boom. All right. Computer says once we populate everything, Colorado State 73-60. And our theme continues because Colorado State's at home. 13 points. So we're saying we're calling on the dog again. This is uncanny. It just really is uncanny. Well, that's the hands we're getting dealt today. Boise at Fresno. Ooh, this will be good. Boise at Fresno. The line is 1.5. Boise given 1.5. Fresno's good. Fresno's very good. But we're going to go take a little deep dive into Boise, and I think you'll see that they're really good too. So 9.52, pretty low OPR. They played 18 games. Points for 1204, allowed 1,046. That is a good team, folks. Now, they're going to Fresno, which is a very tough place to play. Let's see their numbers. So they're below 10 as well, 9.94. They played 18 games. This is another good team. So I'm saying the Mountain West is loaded, absolutely loaded this year with nothing but good teams everywhere you look. 1197 to 1043. Boy, I'm going to be curious to see what the computer says here. 6260 Boise. All right. we got us another half-point road warrior. I'm afraid we're not going to have very good numbers tonight. I mean, I got to have conviction. But man, there's a lot of road warriors we're looking at here today. Maybe a little bridge too far. That's our setup for tonight, just these 18 games. We do have a final. Boston U won 72-76. So let's go back. Well, look at that. I wish that was a money line. Boston U, the home team, of course, won 76-72. And we had them as the dog. So that is a win. And let's just go get this one entered while we're here. Boston U 76-72 over Colgate. So Boston U should be up here. There we go. Well, that's a preview for the rest of the evening. Not a lot of games tonight. I'll come on a little bit later and we'll do a little streamy poo to watch the carnage. And there will be much carnage tonight. Don't let this game fool you. It's not going to be a good night tonight. Not going to be a good night. But we do start off 1-0. All right, that's going to do it, folks. We'll see you tonight. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.